just the one home win, and that was the final game we saw between Arsenal and West Ham United. It started then with Spurs coming back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 at Brentford. Nine-man Crystal Palace lost 3-0 at home to Fulham. Rayan Ait-Nouri scored a 95th minute winner for Wolves. Fellow strugglers Everton, Newcastle beating Leicester 3-0 for a sixth straight victory. Brighton also hit 3 in their win at Southampton, as did Liverpool away at Aston Villa. Incidentally, tonight, Jurgen Klopp's side have agreed a fee with PSV for Cody Gakpo. Arsenal coming from behind to beat West Ham 3-1, and 3 more games to come over the next 2 days. It's Chelsea, Bournemouth and Manchester United against Nottingham Forest on Tuesday, with Leeds against Manchester City on Wednesday. Now try and stop Ian from smiling at this point. Arsenal are now 7 points clear of the chasing pack, and with a game in hand over second place Newcastle United. The Gunners are 8 points clear of Manchester City, who've got a 1 game in hand on the leaders. Tottenham are 4th, 4 points ahead of Manchester United, who've only played 14. Liverpool up to 6th after today's win, 5 points off the top 4. Brighton are in the final European place with Fulham 8th. Southampton are now bottom after defeat earlier today on 12 points. Forest yet to play this match week. They've got 13. They're level on points with Wolves. Everton, along with West Ham, are just a point above the bottom 3, and then they're followed by Leeds, Bournemouth, Leicester, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace.
Congratulations, you go 7 points clear at the top of the table, having conceded first. How happy with that performance?
Very happy. We were doing a very good first half. We conceded a penalty, but you can see straight away our fans how they supported us after their goal, and it gave energy to us. And yes, just so happy with the victory and the comeback.
And the mentality you showed today, having conceded first, is that the mentality of champions?
Yeah, of course. I think in football, you can start the game losing or winning. It happens, and we need to be ready for anything.
A standing ovation for you today after you scored your 6th goal of the season. How have you found it focusing immediately on the Premier League today after disappointment at the World Cup?
It's of course we got upset. I got upset, but that's football. You need to change the chip, and now we are back in the Premier League and fully focused in the Premier League, and we go game by game.
Eddie Nketiah also on the score sheet today, and what a goal it was. Are you confident he can fill the void left by Gabriel Jesus at the moment?
Yeah, of course. We believe in him, and we know the quality that he has. And yeah, as I said, I think everyone, not just the players but the fans as well, we trust him and we count on him, and I think he's been brilliant and he deserved the goal today.
Just finally, 3 years ago today, Mikel Arteta managed his first Arsenal game. Is there a feeling you could win something special under him this season?
Yeah, we hope. As I said before, we go game by game trying to win all of them. That's our mentality.
Thank you. Well done today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That really is quite something, isn't it, to think that Mikel Arteta took the helm at Arsenal 3 years ago today. The progress has been pretty rapid, because that was seen as a big test tonight for Arsenal.
I don't know if it's been rapid. I think that him and his staff and Edu, they've all got to get credit. Vinay upstairs with the plan, because it was always going to be a big job for him to turn it round, the culture. You see how the fans are back involved now. It was a young managerial team from upstairs all the way through, and they had to get a lot of people out, they had to get people in, and they've managed it very, very well in the transfer market. So now they're getting what he wants out of this team. They're playing how he wants them to play. He's got the players he wants.
Yeah. Did you expect things to happen so quickly in that time?
No, not at all. I think it's very difficult to be competing. It's the Liverpools of this world at the moment. But Arsenal feel as if they're making that breakthrough. They feel like they're the closest team to ending that domination, let's say, over the last decade. It's been quite a painful afternoon listening to him crowing all day. But I have to doff my cap and say Arsenal are the real deal now. They are. They look very good, and I really can't wait to see them playing the likes of Manchester City, and because they're looking in real good shape. They've got some brilliant players, and they've got a great vibe around the club. So yeah, it's all looking good.
Trailing 1-0 at half-time, you were not just confident, but there was almost a touch of arrogance in because
Yeah, I
you
was
knew
I was being arrogant.
you knew there was this ability for Arsenal to go through the gears and find that winning time.
Well, the thing is that you got to believe in what you're doing. You listen to Gabriel Martinelli there. He said that they were doing all right in the first half. So you just have to keep doing what you're doing, Mike. We said it. You have to keep doing. You can't just change it. Just they've scored. We've got to change everything. Keep doing what you're doing. West Ham were defending pretty well. They were making some last-ditch challenges. I didn't think there was enough width. Me and Michael saw that, and then they got it done in the second half, and then all of a sudden it started to change for us.
Yeah, 2 goals in just 5 minutes turned the contest on its head. Will you agree there was a touch of fortune though about Saka's goal in?
Yes, because obviously Martin Odegaard, when he cut inside here, but you can see the width and the space he's got. Once he does that, then it's you say it's a bit of luck, but his touch was fantastic because it was a shot. He's coming off the edge there, and you can see Cresswell is petrified of him. Look at your Kufau's dropped too far in, and that touch there is fantastic, and then bam. So, of course, you have to say there's a bit of luck there. That wasn't hitting the target, but then you get the luck what you deserve.
Dead-eyed finish from him, though.
Oh, as Wright says, what a first touch with his weaker foot, and then he just curls it, slots it into the corner, makes it look very, very easy. Yes, definitely a little bit of luck about it. In fact, you normally expect Odegaard to actually find him with that pass because he threaded a couple through in the first half that just didn't come off. But bit of luck, but yeah, it was a great finish.
Deserved it.
His composure was quite something, Saka, and clearly he was one of the stars for England, was he not, at the World Cup?
Yeah.
Did you have any doubts, perhaps, that he might come back with a slight hangover in the way that they went out of the competition?
No, not really, not at all. Because I thought he was fantastic in the World Cup. It's very difficult to come back from a World Cup like that, playing like he did, scoring a few goals, and be disappointed. Of course, you're disappointed you don't get to go to the finals and win it, but the way he played, I think he done himself and Arsenal very proud. So he's going to come back and he's still in that vein of form, and you can see it with his composure and the way he played today. He caused Cresswell all sorts of problems.
Yeah, soon after that goal came Gabriel Martinelli's goal, which after this point, you only ever thought there was ever going to be one winner, right, Michael?
Well, this was a point where Arsenal had all the momentum. We spoke about getting into wide areas at half-time, and they did that more often in the second half, Arsenal. Goalkeeper error, no question about it. You can't be scoring from here, but this is not luck. I mean, he attempts this effort, so he's obviously seen something. I mean, he's drilled it into that near post.
He has drilled it in, but you look at Fabianski's leg there, Mike, it's stuck. He can't move it. Look, it's too late. Sometimes you just have to... I think he's left too much on the near post for me. From where he is, he's left a bit too much, and that's what can happen if you don't get your foot right, then it sneaks in. You should not get beaten on that side. But,
Game time has been quite rare, has it not, for Eddie Nketiah this season?
Yes, it has, yeah.
And of course, that's not surprising considering Gabriel Jesus' form. How important was it that he scored?
It's very important because I think he was having a very good game. And like I said, he can't be Gabriel Jesus in the work rate he puts in, but this is what he can do. Look at his awareness, his touch, his turn, he knows where the goal is. Look at where he is. Then watch him push himself on him. Look, he's feeling him, he's rolling. That's what he does. And if you get the ball in the box like this is what he's capable of doing. He's done it all the way through his career. Youth team, England under-21s, England, like Arsenal under-23, wherever he's played, he's scored goals by being in the box doing that. And he can do that because his link-up play was good. And then, his chance, he got his real good chance, he finished it well.
Yeah, the perfect outing for Eddie Nketiah, particularly with Jesus injured, of course. Let's hear from Nketiah now.
Your first Premier League start of the season, Arsenal win, you get a goal, not bad for a Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's a great restart. I think all the boys were at it today, firing. And obviously nice for me to come in and obviously contribute. And yeah, just good to pick up where we left off and we want to continue that run. The atmosphere here was amazing tonight.
You know how well Gabriel Jesus has been doing. You've been watching it. Did you feel a pressure then? Be honest, coming in after what he's done so far this season for the club.
I think there's pressure anytime you play for Arsenal Football Club. The standards are always high. Obviously, Gabriel's done a great job, and obviously I'm not here to replace him. I'm here to be my own player. I hope to be the best version of myself, And we wish him speedy recovery. We need him back as soon as. And obviously, it's nice that we could get the win, and he was here to celebrate with him.
But having known your chance was coming, because you saw him get injured at the World Cup, what had been your mindset for the last couple of weeks or so, knowing this opportunity was going to arise?
It's been the same as it's always been, same as I've grown up. Just working hard. I've been preparing, all my life, for opportunities like this. So I'm grateful to God for obviously the opportunity and, to go out there and deliver and help the team. It's amazing.
What clicked in the second half? What did the manager said at half-time? Because you're a goal down and there's expectation, isn't there, in the stadium?
Just to keep doing the same things. I think we were very dominant today, Obviously, I think we're just lacking that final pass in the final third of the actions. But we just kept going. We was really aggressive with the counter press. And I think once we got one, we could all feel the atmosphere of the stadium behind us. So we was always going to go on and get the rest.
Have you known a better atmosphere here?
No, I think it's been amazing this season. I think there's a real unity and connection with the fans, and we want to continue that and even build on it.
And talk us through your goal, because you'd had a couple of turns, I think one in the first half as well, which really excited our commentary team, Ali McCoist among them.
Yeah.
And then you got it right, didn't you?
Yeah, I think obviously I turned a couple of times in the first half. Obviously got clipped a couple of times, but now obviously Martin played a lovely ball to me, and obviously I just felt the defender, so I just kind of rolled him, and thankfully obviously it was a good finish at the end.
Welcome back. So West Ham halfway to registering a possible upset. They lead the current Premier League leaders Arsenal 1-0 at the Emirates Stadium. What have you made of the first half then, Ian?
I thought Arsenal started okay. There's a little bit of rustiness. I feel that West Ham are defending very well, especially Dawson. They're putting that ball into him. I think that what Arsenal have been doing in trying to play it in there intricately is the way forward for them. And, West Ham have defended well, but I think Arsenal got to stick to doing what they're doing. I think they'll get something soon, but, you can't take anything away from West Ham. They are defending well. If you're going to put the ball in from out wide, then Craig Dawson's probably going to lap that up. I think we've got to continue to get the ball to Ødegaard, try and play in those little pockets on the edge of the box with Saka and that, and maybe we'll get something.
Now, the reason West Ham have the lead is because of Said Benrahma's penalty. Let's have a look at the incident that led to that. A bit of discussion around as to whether or not this was a penalty. Was there enough contact on Jared Bowen for you, Michael?
Well, there was contact. There was definite contact. Was there enough? That's the big question. I like the principle of the referee in that you don't have to go down necessarily. If you break someone's stride or anything else like that when they're running through, then I think that it should be given. He does then step 2 or 3 yards, doesn't he, and then stretches for the ball. There's definite contact. I think it's probably a good decision on balance. And I like the fact that you don't have to dive straight away. A lot of people will feel that and they'll just dive straight away and get... So if we're going to eradicate diving, then referees are going to have to give penalties when, somebody doesn't necessarily go down. I thought it was probably on balance the right decision. Yeah,
I thought it kind of knocked him off his strike pattern simply because if he doesn't clip him there, Manish, he's going through to get a clean strike on goal. And I think that when you look at Jared Bowen, he is an honest player, and he's actually trying to stay up to get that right foot shot off. You see now, if he doesn't get clipped, he gets that shot off. So I think he's been impeded there. You can feel it. It's knocked him off his stride pattern there, and it's a penalty for me, unfortunately, for Arsenal.
Good penalty from Benrahma.
Down the middle. It's a good one down the middle.
Yeah. Would you have the confidence to go down the middle?
I don't think I would, Michael, because
You've got the confidence to do anything.
No, but the longer I've been retired and the more I'm seeing it, the more I'm thinking I would not go down the middle. I'm too scared.
Now, look, just before the half-time whistle, we thought Arsenal had got themselves a penalty for a handball against Aaron Cresswell.
No.
You saw this very quickly, Ian.
Well, we did. To be honest, me and Mike saw it quite quickly, saying that I cannot understand that Michael Oliver, where he is, he's looking straight at it. And yes, Cresswell's hand is out, but it's clearly hit him on the head. Look, Michael Oliver's looking straight at him. Look.
It's got a great view, hasn't it?
It's a great view, and obviously, knowing that the VAR is there, he's got a safety net, but he shouldn't need that for that.
No, but do you think maybe he thinks it might have come off his hand to hit his head?
No, I don't think so. I think that he's got a good enough view where he can see that all the way towards Cresswell there, and he shouldn't even have given a penalty in the first place.
But that's what VAR is for.
That's what VAR is for. Yeah, the howlers like that, and of course Michael Oliver's probably our best referee.
Yeah,
I would say, and even he can make mistakes, and that's what it's for. Exactly that, VAR at its best.
Now, look, of course, we focus on Eddie Nketiah. It's his job to fill in the considerable boots of Gabriel Jesus. How has he done for you?
I thought he's had some nice little touches, some very good little runs. You see this one here. He gets in, and this is unfortunately this gets disallowed because it flicks his heel. But that's the way it is. I'd like him to have really gone at Koufalia on the left side. I know he can hit it with his left foot. He seems a little bit tentative here. You know what I mean? And then he cuts in, and it's quite a weak a weak shot because he wants to get onto his stronger foot. Another great run, brilliant run this. You know, and then he just gets a little, he just can't quite get it to Saka. And that's, again, once you get into that position there, man, is you want to get the ball to the forward who's coming in. But this is what I'm talking about. He ain't afraid to go on the left foot. He's picked up a nice little pocket of space there, and he's had a go on his left foot. And I just want him to carry on doing what he's doing, because he seems like he's trying to do the right thing. So hopefully he'll get a clearer chance.
Yeah. But what happens now is it put the onus on Arsenal, does it not, in the second half? And that makes it for a terrific game right now.
Absolutely. I'd like to see Arsenal with a bit more width as well. You know, as Wrighty says, stretch that back four, and then Ødegaard, he's played a couple of lovely balls. That might start coming into play.
Not long until the second half. Arsenal trailing at home to struggling West Ham. It's only the third time in any stage this season they've been behind in this campaign. Does that pose a different kind of pressure, Ian?
Yeah, but at the same time, they've played very well at home. You know, I don't see any reason for them to press the panic button yet. I think they should just carry on doing what they're doing. Michael's right. Need to get a bit more width, get some more space in the middle there for Ødegaard to operate in, and maybe Eddie Nketiah, who's coming off and turning. But other than that, I think it's half time. It's fine.